If your back muscles lack endurance, you may find that your back gets a little bit achy as you go through the day. You might find that you're okay at the beginning of the day, but as time goes on, it gets a little bit achy, and that's because the muscles are getting a little bit fatigued or tired, not quite doing the job that they need to do. Adding endurance exercises for your back with a resistance band can help with this. You do have to remember it does take a little while to start to see a difference, and we'll go through that at the end of the video. We'll suggest the repetitions for the exercises. We're going to be using a red band, which is medium, and it's 1.5 meters long. At the end of the video, we'll also go through things to consider if you think the band strength isn't quite right or the number of repetitions aren't quite right for you. My name's Claire, I'm a physiotherapist from PhysioFit Health. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and you'll keep updated on when we publish our videos. For this exercise, you've got your band and you're actually looping it around something sturdy, like a table leg, and then you are holding the other end of it. I'm sitting on a chair. You can actually do this if you've got one of the big gym balls. You can actually do this sat on a gym ball as well. You're going to hold the other end of the band and just pull it so it's on a little bit of tension. And you're going to hold it with both hands to your chest. You're sitting upright, so you've got that imaginary bit of string that's pulling yourself up a little bit taller. And then you're thinking about hinging at the hips, which means you are leaning forward, the band's pulling you forwards. You're keeping that back nice and straight, and it's just a hinge at the hips. And then you're very slowly going to raise yourself back up to your upright position, and that's you working against the band. So forwards, the band is assisting you, and then as you're sitting yourself all the way back up again, the band's just creating a bit of resistance. So you're wanting to really focus the brain on these muscles around the back of the body, and they should help you raise yourself all the way back upright. You are doing 3 lots of 20 repetitions with this one. For this exercise, you're gonna loop the band around something nice and sturdy, like a table leg. So one end of the band is looped around the leg, and then you're gonna hold the other end of the band. You're in high kneeling, and you're gonna place your right foot in front of you. So if you need, you can get a rolled up towel or something under the knee just for a little bit of comfort. So the band's off to my left and I've got my right foot in front of me. Holding the end of the band, I'm going to hold it with both hands up in front of me. So about shoulder height, my shoulders are down, and I've got that imaginary bit of string that's just pulling me up a little bit higher. So that's my start position. And then you are breathing out as you rotate your upper body around to the right side. So that's putting tension on the band. And you're trying to rotate around as much as you can do, trying to get a bit of rotation even into the lower part of the back. And then you are slowly returning to your start position. That's your movement, breathing out as you rotate around. And you are breathing in as you bring yourself back to your start position. You're doing your 3 lots of 20 repetitions, and then you're going to repeat on the other side. So this exercise, I've got the band looped to something sturdy, so tied double knot in one end, and I'm obviously lying on the floor. It's just off to my right. So the opposite end of the band, I'm just going to loop it a couple of times around my hands, and I'm going to hold it with both hands. So I've put a bit of tension on this band. It's pulling my arms over to the right. So I want to keep my arms dead center. My back's against the floor, my knees are bent, and my feet are down flat. So that's my start position. I'm going to tuck my tailbone underneath, which is going to flatten the back against the floor. And then I'm going to slowly raise my hips all the way up into my bridge position. This bridge is the articulated bridge, so you're trying to get the spinal segments away, segment by segment. And then you are slowly going to roll yourself all the way back down to your start position. So you've got an imaginary bit of Velcro down your back, so you're stuck to the mat. And then you're going to peel the spine away from the low back first. And then you're going to roll yourself all the way up, so you rest just in between your shoulder blades. And then you are slowly going to roll yourself back down in reverse. Now you're aiming for your 3 lots of 20 repetitions, and then you're going to repeat with the bands pulling in the opposite direction, just so that you can get each side nice and equal. Try one or all of these endurance exercises for the back with a resistance band and see how you do. When focusing on endurance, you do want a lighter band and you want to increase the number of repetitions that you do. If you're finding the suggestions we've made on repetitions isn't quite right for you, I'd actually suggest increasing the number of repetitions before you change the strength on the band. If you increase the strength on the band, you'll start to recruit some of the larger muscles rather than working on those smaller postural muscles. You could even change the repetitions rather than counting. You can change them into a time-based exercise. So you'd be doing the exercise for 45 seconds. Generally speaking, it takes about 6 weeks for you to start to see a difference in muscle strength. So give yourself a good chunk of time before checking on your progress. In the description below, we'll link to a couple of videos we've created on how to choose the right resistance band and how many repetitions for endurance exercises if you want to have a look into this a little bit further. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and we'll see you soon.